because I want to talk with Jarad from LED4Home first. So, Jarad, how are you doing on this gorgeous day outside today?
I'm great, Jim. How about yourself?
Man, I am doing wonderful. I've been outside working in the yard, and then I got cleaned up, and I went back outside just to sit and watch for a while. It's just too nice to be inside today.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm running errands and rolling around with the windows down, just enjoying the breeze and the sun.
Yep. Well, let's talk about some LED lighting because you guys came out and we did my house. Gosh, how long ago? 4, 6 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, about 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I love it. I mean, you don't realize the difference in lighting till you have somebody who knows what they're doing come out and do it.
Yeah, you really don't. You just kind of, and I didn't either until I got into this business. Kind of just put a light in, and hey, it works. It lights stuff up, but until you really come out, have somebody like us come out there and look at the spaces you have and the light you might want there and need in regards to your color, your brightness. You just don't know how bad you might have it until we come out and kind of give you an idea of what we can do.
It's kind of like life. You don't know how bad you have it until somebody tells you. I mean, that's just the way things go.
Yeah, that's very true, very true. So, well, yeah, your house turned out great. I think we played around a little bit in your kitchen with some different colors for you, based on the boss at home versus based on what you kind of wanted. And hopefully we got you guys squared away so both of y'all are happy with it, though.
Absolutely. No, it came out great. And I got to tell you, probably my favorite part was the floodlights you did outside.
Oh, yeah, because I know that you guys have quite a few vehicles that sometimes park out there, and you definitely want to make sure it's safe and secure with enough light out there, but not really getting calls from your neighbors either. So I'm glad that those have worked out so well for you guys.
Oh yeah, my 357 keeps the vehicle safe and secure, but the lighting makes it easier for me to see what's going on.
Yeah, you don't want to shoot your truck.
There you go. Hey, let's talk about what you guys do when you come out to somebody's house, because when you first came to my house, first of all, I was amazed at how many bulbs I had, but beyond that, the time that you take to make sure that it's all right.
Yeah, that's right. We come out and we do an energy audit for you, as we did on your home. Kind of tell you exactly how many lamps, what types you have, how much energy each one of those lamps uses when it's on, and that whole report is done while the auditor's walking through the house, and it's built in our app where at the end of it we go through what you are currently using of energy when you have your lights on. And then we go through that, and we go through the list of the items that we recommend and where we recommend them, and try to get a feel for what you want in that space. And when we're all done, typically we say, okay, is this something that sounds good to you? Take a deposit, and we can usually get it turned around in about a week. And in that whole process, we also send you the audit, and if you want to, you're more than welcome to take that audit once we're done with it, that energy audit, and take it to Home Depot or Lowe's. And although the product codes won't be what they have, the lingo and everything else will be pretty much the same. And, you can say, oh, this is what they recommended, but you're probably going to spend 4 to 6 hours at a Home Depot or Lowe's looking for that, even with the list we recommend for you guys. And that's where we kind of come in as well, as, our energy audit gives you those recommendations. You're free to take that audit because you've paid for it, and you're free to go and buy the material yourself. But our pricing tries to be in line with the big box stores, but at an installed price. So that's where we're trying to save you guys, is not just on the energy, but also on your time. We don't want you to have to go to that Lowe's or Home Depot and spend 4, 6, 8 hours, do multiple returns, rent ladders, where we have all that. We know what we need to do, and we can do it in an efficient manner, so you can just sit on the couch and relax.
That's what I did.
Yeah, well, you did walk around. You were pretty interested. I remember we did a live cast on or Facebook Live, and you pretty much just had an iced tea and just watched us and said, I like that. Hey, why don't we try this? And it went great, though. It was beautiful day, probably a little cold, but he had such a great view. I probably could have just relaxed too and let John, one of my auditors, do all the work.
Yeah. Now, once the bulbs are in, if there's an issue, it's a simple phone call to you guys.
Yeah, that's correct. That first year is a full warranty on the lamps and the labor. So typically, we just ask that you call us, and we go through the warranty process. In that first year, we come out, and then we will replace those. We've been doing houses now, and we've had a few here and there. Usually, the LEDs, they will put them in, and we try to keep all your lights on when we go through the house and we install your new lights, because LEDs typically have a failure at the first start of life where they first come on, or end of life. There's not much in between. So sometimes, depending on the house size, we're able to get enough burn time in there where we might have a failure, but it's very minimal. I think we've done homes with 500 to 700 lamps, and maybe have had less than 1% fail within a few days. And then after that, we haven't been having any more calls in regards to those additional issues. But the homeowner hasn't had to get on the ladder. They haven't had to worry about returning any of those failures, and they've just had to call us.
Oh, yeah, and that makes it so easy.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do, is make it easy, simple, and cost-effective for you guys. It's something that people, like you said at the first start, they take for granted. If the light works, it works. I don't care what my space looks like, or if it's different blue or orange. But then once we do put in your lighting, you might have to call your painter, because you might say, "Oh man, I didn't realize this wall was so bad looking."
Oh, you heard what my wife told me, huh?
No. Oh, did I? Yeah, I get a lot of customers say that. They go, "Man, this looks a little dingier than I remember." And it's like, yeah, it's because we've properly lit your space with what you have, and tried to give you the ambiance and the levels of light that you need for that space as well.
Everything's been repainted in the house except for the room I do the radio show from, and my son's room, he doesn't live here anymore, but we got one bedroom that wasn't repainted. Everything else got repainted. So I guess I have you to blame for that, Jarad.
Yeah, you do. Don't send me the invoice, though. I'd appreciate that. You probably do, though. I definitely agree with that.
No, truthfully, we were starting to paint before we did the lights, but you are correct. I mean, the lighting can really make a difference on how the rooms look. It can bring colors back to life that you thought they were faded and gone, like on pictures and furniture and drapes and things.
Yeah, that's very true. And the small things about LEDs that are nice outside of the energy side is the longevity, and then also, as you said, colors and paintings. They actually don't have, most of the LEDs, unless you buy a special one, does not have any UV in it, so it's not going to degrade any paintings. So if you have a spotlight on a painting, you don't have to worry about that degradation from your original lamps that used to do it to an LED, and it will make those colors and those paintings pop a lot better.
Well, and that's the other thing a lot of people don't realize is the versatility of the bulbs. You can have directional lights with LED. You can have the little candle looking lights for your chandeliers. Mm-hmm. You got virtually everything.
Yeah, it's you walk into those big box stores, and now you look at the lighting section, and you go, "Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start." And that's very true, and that's why we come in there to get rid of that confusion and help you, the consumer and the customer, decide on what you feel is going to work best for y'all. Is we kind of come in and consolidate all that knowledge and put it into our audit and our auditors and let them talk you through it and go through what their recommendations are.
And what's the expected lifespan of an LED bulb?
Most of the LEDs on the inside are typically about 7 to 10 years. I know I just moved around, but it all kind of depends on the space it's being used in. But most of them, based on usage, is about 7 to 10 years. Most of the manufacturers give you anywhere from a 5 to a 10-year warranty, just depending on the manufacturer. So They're a lot longer, I can tell you. You know, compared to your old 60 watt, not halogen, but 60 watt, Edison light bulb, which if you go and you look at the warranty on those, it's I think they have about a 4-month to 6-month lifespan.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things. As time goes on, technology improves, and lighting is no different.
Oh, most definitely. It's been a revolution the past 10 years, and it's just ever changing now. We're starting to see lighting that's connected and, talks to one another and talks to your refrigerator. And I mean, I don't think we're going to have anything in 10 years that won't be talking to one another. I'm just afraid it might be telling me how to do everything from brush my teeth to it's time to take a shower.
People, I mean, the way things are going, people won't be talking to each other. We'll be texting everything.
Yeah, we'll just go through the light or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's all types of technology out there, and that's what's happened is this conventional lighting that we've had for so many years, so many generations, is now at the forefront of LEDs, and LEDs have been around for a good time. They are now just so prevalent in all of our spaces, especially in homes, and they're a lot more beneficial because they're going to last a lot longer. They're going to give you a better color range to pick from. They're going to save you a ton of energy over the life of them. And with LED4Home, we're going to take care of those 14, 16, 18-foot ceilings for you, or the other specialty items that you might not know, or you're looking at 2 lamps at a big box store and say, I don't know which one to get. We're going to kind of take away from that inconvenience factor and possibly falling off a ladder as well.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you what you did to me. And really, this is no joking now, Jarad, but I find myself when I go into like restaurants, you sit down, they've always got different kind of lighting and stuff. And I'm always wondering now, is that a LED or is that, something else? And the way I tell is I reach over and I touch the lights. And if they're not hot, I know it's an LED.
That sounds like a painful experiment, but yeah, you're right. You can definitely do that.
Oh, it's like let me stick my finger in that light socket and see what happens.
Let me see the socket is hot or is got energy to it or not. The heat is a good point too. The LEDs do put off a lot less heat, so it's something that you can handle. You'll see that if you have a light that you need to take out that's LED, you can pretty much go and just grab it, even if it's been on for a couple hours, unlike an incandescent or halogen where you have to get some hot gloves in there, some of those oven mitts.
Yeah. Well, how can people get in touch with LED4Home?
Well, they can get in touch with us by phone at 844-533-4466, or they can go to our website at LED4Home.com.
Well, Jarad, I appreciate you taking time out of your Saturday, and man, go out and enjoy this gorgeous day today.
I will. You too, Jim. Don't spend too much time at the floor and decor shop.
Oh, you know where I was at, huh?
Yeah. I heard it over the radio. So you guys have a good time there, and have a great weekend.
All righty. Take care.
Take care, Jim. Bye.
Jarad, welcome back to Texas Home Improvement.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for having me.
Well, let's talk about LED. I mean, today, let's face it, it's nice and bright outside, and people probably aren't thinking too much about lights quite this minute, but come evening time, they start throwing on the switches, and whoever has to write the check every month for the utility bill is running around saying, "Shut those lights off! You're running up the electric bill."
Oh yeah, most definitely. Definitely. Always turning off those lights, making sure every room light is off. I agree with you.
With LED, though, it's not that big a deal, is it?
Not as much, no, definitely. And, the nice thing with LEDs is, one, they save you that energy, a significant amount over your standard light bulbs. And two, they don't care how many times you turn them on and off. You can have somebody flipping the switch as many times as you want. You're usually never going to hear that pop that you hear with those incandescents, and you go, oh, man, I got to change that light again.
Yep.
So...
Well, and every house seems to have it. Those couple of fixtures that just pop the bulb in reality it's probably every couple months, but it seems like it's every couple weeks.
It always seems it's at the wrong time too, right before a party or something else like that. So we we had my wife's birthday last night, and I'm just glad that I have my home with LEDs because I'm not going to want to get up on a ladder while I'm trying to grill some food and everything else and have to change my lights that are going out. And having those LEDs has been very beneficial.
You obviously haven't learned, Jarad. You know, when the lights go out and you're having a party, you simply tell everybody, "Oh, I turned that off for the ambiance."
Yeah, no, I haven't learned that one yet. No, I think now everybody wants me to have all those connected light bulbs and be able to change the colors and everything else. Haven't gotten that far into the spectrum, but I do tell everybody, hey, you know, we've got LED, and out here it's a little bit more like daylight, and inside it's a little more warm, so it's more comfortable for everybody.
Well, and that's a big thing. I mean, I've got your LED lights in my house. You guys came out and did my house, I don't know, 5 months ago or something. But, you know, one of the things, you know, talking about outside, one of the lights that I truly love was the floodlights bulbs that you put in. Because, I mean, that just made a world of difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely helps. It definitely helped, I know, light up your driveway. And, you know, something that I had forgotten about was, and I realized it last night, was that, you know, with LEDs, they typically don't attract nearly as many bugs to them as you do with your standard incandescents. And,
well, I thought that was
halogens.
just me, but that is a fact, huh?
Yeah, it has. I believe it's due to the UV and the heat as well, and they just the bugs don't really get attracted to it. So we had my patio lights on, and there really weren't many bugs coming around, which was nice.
Yeah, you know, like I say, I noticed it, but I thought, nah, I'm just seeing things. But okay, that makes sense then. Why I'm not seeing as many bugs flying around the lights as I used to when I'd turn them on.
You don't see them coming and swarming to your lights at night like they used to.
Oh, man, you used to be, if I had the floodlight on, I couldn't open the sliding glass door to step outside. I'd shut it off, wait a couple minutes, and then be able to go out and turn it back on so I could keep them out of the house.
Yeah, yep. And so last night we were able to have our patio door open and keep our lights on our patio, and everybody was able to come and go. And the only bugs we really had were a couple flies because of the food, but other than that, we didn't have any gnats or mosquitoes or anything else coming in.
Okay. Well, you know, one of the things, you know, we're talking about the brightness of the LED bulbs outside, but one of the things a lot of times people don't realize is there is different, and I don't want to say brightness because it's not a brightness, it's almost a different hue of colors that are available in lights that people don't realize. Yeah.
You go to your big box stores, and now instead of one shelf, it's 30 shelves of lights, and a lot of that has to do with just what you said, the color and the perception of brightness. But yeah, we can go from a color that is much like a candle all the way up to, you know, a daylight type color, and usually that's only been offered in fluorescence. Halogens and incandescents don't have that capability, and now LEDs, you can do a full light spectrum, meaning we can make one room feel as though you're sitting at a nice steak restaurant, and it's dim, but it's very warm feeling, all the way up to you feel like you're not like you want to, but you're sitting on an operating table, and it's bright, and you see every speck of dirt known to man.
Oh, my God, you expect those kids to clean that room better, and they need that light to get their homework done.
Yeah, exactly. It helps keep them awake, and, you know, as you've seen a little bit, it can help with keeping them attentive. And I think they've done some experimentations in classrooms and seeing how well, you know, kids do study and learn underneath different colors, as it's called Kelvin temperatures of those lighting. And with LED, we have the full spectrum available, and that's what we do is we come in and we do that audit of your home, an energy audit, and look at what your spaces are. We ask you, you know, is there something is it too bright in here or not bright enough? And because we're just replacing what you currently have with LEDs. We're not adding any additional cans or fans. So we do the best we can with what you have. And you're not changing
the fixtures. You're just changing the bulbs.
Yeah, exactly. And we do that on ceilings from, you know, 8 feet up to 20, 30 feet. And we did a gentleman's house the other day, and he had some soffit lighting on his exterior. I think it was about 28 feet but we were able to put LEDs in there. And he's like, man, those haven't worked in, he's like, 8 or 9 years. I just haven't had anybody been able to come out and do these. And now that he has LED, he should be good for a decade or so. Out there on those soffits.
And if something did happen to go out in this first year, you guys are going to take care of it.
Yep. We'll be out there. We will be replacing that lamp, and you won't be seeing a bill or anything within that first year for those ones that we had installed for you. And that's a huge plus, because you can go out to the big box stores and you can buy these lamps yourself. And with our energy audit, we tell you what we recommend and what temperature, color, and I mean, you can go do that, but why would you want to do that if we're going to install them at a pretty similar price, and we're going to take care of those hard to reach areas as well?
Well,
and give you a warranty.
When you did my house, you were talking about the different brightnesses and stuff. In my formal dining room, we went with that real soft, like you were saying, almost like a steakhouse type light. In fact, it looks like an Edison bulb, but it really looks cool. But the living room, where we sit and read the paper and watch the news and all that kind of stuff, it really has an old fixture in it that's a square recessed light, never put out much light. I mean, the bulb you put in there was actually able to brighten it up enough where it's a great usable light now. Before it wasn't, unless we turned other stuff on.
Yeah, that's great, and that's what we try to do. Is we also have, with all this LED great color stuff, we also have a lot of the different lamps have the ability to have more light outputs per different lights. So we might say, well, it's not bright enough. Maybe we supply a actual brighter light, something that puts out more light as well. So we have that capability with some of the manufacturers we use. And so, you'd be surprised. I mean, well, I don't know. You're not going to be surprised because your house has been done, but there's quite a bit we can do with the current lighting you have.
Oh, yeah.
And just changing those light bulbs out to LED.
Well, and we're talking about how bright we can go, but again, you can make it a nice soft light in the room as well. Oh,
exactly. Yeah, we can make it feel as though you just got a couple candles on, if that's what you're looking for. That 3,000 Kelvin or something a little bit lower than that, give you a nice warm, cozy feel. And it's just a gamut of choices, and I think that's a lot of what people get stuck on. Is you're sitting in that big box store and you're saying, what do I buy? I used to just come to the store and I'd grab one off the shelf and I'd go, or I'd be at Walmart, I'd grab one and just grab a 4-pack and just go. And now we have so many options to choose from. It's either you sit in the store for 4 to 6 hours and figure out what you need, do multiple returns, or you just give us a call and let us come and tell you what we recommend. And, you don't have to worry about doing any replacements if you have any outages for that year, because we come out for that 1-year warranty and do it all at a pretty similar cost to what you can buy it at the big box store.
Well, Jarad, how can people get in touch with LED4Home?
Well, they can go to our website at LED4Home.com, or they can reach us at 844-LED 4 and HOM. So just spell that on your phone, and that will allow you to get a hold of us very easily.
Well, sir, I appreciate you taking time out of your Sunday afternoon to give us a call, and look forward to talking to you again.
All right, Jim, I appreciate it, too. You have a great rest of your Sunday.
You as well, Jarad. Take care.
Take care. Bye.